This is Monday with the Mayor on 18 WJTS. We are in City Hall in Jasper, Indiana, as we talk with Mayor Dean Vonderheide. And Dean, first of all, you just recently got back from an exchange kind of a trip, or a trip to Pfaffenweiler, Germany, the sister city of Jasper.
Right. The Partnership Commission met over there to celebrate our 35th year anniversary after 37 years. We were 2 years delayed because of COVID. But it was a great time over there. The people of Pfaffenweiler really rolled out the red carpet and treated us as if we were their family as if they've known us their entire lives. Activities, one right after another, they kept us going. We had a partnership committee meeting. Both our commission and their commission met jointly over there to plan the next 5 years. We had a celebration one night and brought in the American Consul General to Germany out of Frankfurt, and he attended our event, our celebration event, and just loved it. I mean, they couldn't believe that two communities with such a strong partnership do such a celebration. And to see our students interacting with their host families and the host families for the couples and individuals that went over there, it was just a really good feeling. And I sincerely grew in my appreciation of this partnership. And over the years, this 37 years that it's been in existence, I know Max Verkamp is one of the first exchange students in Pfaffenweiler. Well, he's now our president of the Partnership Commission. So that youth exchange is really important, and having them get that experience and then growing up and becoming leaders in this particular relationship.
And then I guess, turnaround's fair play. They get to visit here during the Strassenfest in just a couple of weeks.
Well, we invited them over to every Strassenfest, but particularly in 3 years. In 2025, we'll be celebrating our 40th anniversary with Pfaffenweiler. And what they do is every 10 years they come over to visit us. Every 10 years we go over to visit them. So it's on alternating 5-year periods. But I think we're going to have a great turnout when they come in 2025. We are going to have some from Pfaffenweiler here this year. And I know that's going to be just a great time with the Strassenfest and its new location.
We opened the discussion of the Strassenfest. What part does the city play in the Strassenfest? The Strassenfest really is put on by a nonprofit organization, but the city partners and helps with that.
That's right. Every department within the city, whether it's utilities, because the electric department does so much with electric drops to each of the booths and the stages and event spaces. We do a lot with the roads. We block them off. The park department delivers a lot of picnic tables and makes spaces available to them. The arts department actually this year, because it's going to go down 4th Street and all the way to the Schaefer Barn, the new cultural center will be included as part of that whole program. So every department's involved, and the Board of Public Works gets involved, and police department, fire department, to ensure the safety of those that attend.
So the Strassenfest is the 4th through the 7th, and it's getting moved. We want people to know it is in a different location, but really it's much the same as it always was.
Yeah, I think it's the same, but it's moved to 4th Street, so the layout's a little bit different. The one thing that did stay in its permanent location, I say permanent location, but the beer garden is not moving. We wanted to keep that where it always has been. It just kind of fits in there well with all the logistics and alignment that they did in building the fence and the gated area. But it'll go down 4th Street all the way down to Schaefer Barn, and booths and rides all along that. It's been well planned out, and hats off to the Strassenfest committee. They work year-round to make this happen. And last year, that we knew we were facing this construction downtown, and it'd be torn up, and we couldn't have it here. It's great that we've planned to move it. We're hoping to have that same great experience down on 4th Street. A little different, though.
Right. A little different look. And if you know the beer garden as the anchor, just kind of twist it a little bit, you know where to go. This brings us up now to the revitalization of downtown around the courthouse. How is that going?
Well, it's going well. We ran into some problems in the first couple of weeks when we were doing our water line and digging it up. We found some unmarked lines, drains that were in there, and we had to investigate where those were coming from, whether they were active, before we could move forward. We found some communication lines that were unmarked and not mapped out. So, again, we couldn't move forward until we found out what they were about, where they went, and then worked around them. But that put us about a week behind. We've done the markings downtown, and we started digging. As a matter of fact, I was just in a meeting in my office, and you heard jackhammers next door, and it's starting. So we're tearing it up. And we've got a couple months here to get this quadrant completed, and then we'll move on to the next quadrant. But really looking forward to, by Thanksgiving time, we should be out of the downtown and opened up for the shoppers to come back. Not that they should be leaving. We have provided adequate parking downtown. Matter of fact, all the city employees, myself included, we took those parking spaces that were for city employees, and we said, let's open them up to the public for 2-hour parking, and we've relocated to another area of the community.
Really understand that everything is being done by the city and by the merchants to make things, and by the construction company doing the work, to make it as convenient as possible for people.
Yeah, Regal's doing a great job in communicating with the stores and with the downtown area inhabitants. We have people living upstairs in many of these places. So it's not just the store owners, it's everyone that's got to be in tune with what's going on and how they can get in and out and what their needs are. So we're listening, and we're trying to approach and do what we need to do.
Again, to kind of wrap things up a little bit, how's tourism been for Jasper? We haven't talked about tourism for a while.
Well, we haven't, and this year we actually hired someone started out on a part-time basis, but I think it's going to become a full-time role. We've had over 1,000 people go through touring the downtown area attractions like the Mill, the Schaefer Barn, the Alexander Schoolhouse, and going in, I don't think it's even counting what's going into the arts with everything that's going on there with the galleries. So the tours themselves are going great. What that's bringing in is students from the area as well as people that are visiting. We're finding that the Saturday when the farmers market is existing, that a lot of people take the time to go see what these new facilities are all about, and they like what they're seeing. So tourism is on its way up, and I think that's going to become even stronger in the future.
Mayor, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us. We always appreciate you taking a little bit out of your schedule to give us some words of goodness about what's going on in Jasper.
There's a lot of good things happening. It does sometimes cause disruption in the way we're used to traveling, and we make those changes for a short period of time just for the good of the long term.
Things are going.
Appreciate the public a lot.
All right. Well, Mayor, thank you very much. We have been talking with Mayor Dean Vonderheide, the mayor of Jasper, at City Hall. Stay tuned. Weather's coming up on 18 WJTS.